Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Xeno. I'm Ritual, joined by the fantastic Sonicfiend. How's it going tonight?
Good, good. I wasn't able to cast last week just because I had a bit of a bug. I didn't want to risk infecting anything, but I'm back in, being mindful. Crazy, ain't it? But yeah, we're back now. This is Xeno number, I believe, 286?
Something like that.
It's up there. It's
285. We're getting close to that big 300.
Yes, and that's going to be a grand old time.
300, 3,000. They might just have to stick an extra zero on there for good measure.
I know. It's for the culture. For the culture.
But, I mean, we're already into winners bracket here. Right, we've got the Blastzone in front of us, and right now we've got Ralphie versus the guy,
the main man himself.
And dude, this matchup, at least on paper, right? It's rough for Bowser, right? This is a mid-tier character versus top 3. But also, Bowser still got tools, right? You've got that speed, you've got those disjoints, you've got your frame 6 out B outer shield, you've got the frame 6 command grab and flying slam. So you do absolutely have tools, but right now it's just a battle of fundamentals.
And, you know, just being so intimidating that you cause the other guy to just lose their stock. So it's an even game again, and to the guy's credit, he's actually been getting like better every time I see him. He gets like a little farther like in bracket than the times before. I don't think I've seen him get out of pools like top 24, but you know, given enough time, it's possible. And if he gets this win over Ralphie, that would be quite the statement. Ralphie is...
Yeah, Ralphie, very notable player. Not taking the game as serious as of late, but formerly ranked on the top 100, so... But right now, again, this is just... We've just got a juggle situation going on, trying to find the edge guard, not going to make its mark, though. Oh,
burn the jump.
Yep, you did manage to keep Ralphie in the corner for just a second. The grab is going to clank, but the second one's going to find it. You just keep this corner situation going and the pressure going on. And we're really seeing corner situations in all 4 sets we've got going on right now.
Yeah, that's just majesty in motion.
Yeah, they make it easy for us right here, down in the bottom left. We just saw Lucina find an edge guard, take a stock, but right now it's just, pretty much all 4 of these sets, every player is just freaking scrapping right now.
I see 2 Aegis on screen. That's 20 too many for my liking.
Oh my god, yeah, this character...
But she's a very popular character for very good reason.
Yeah,
jab lock.
Do you want Sheik with a sword combined with Ike?
4 characters too many, you say?
Like, that's Aegis. It's just like, if you had Sheik and Ike, but Sheik had a sword.
Sheik with hurtbox shifting and the power of Gen. Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
I might have spoke that into existence.
Yeah, you really said if the guy gets this over Ralphie, and yet here we are up a game talking about stage counter picks right now. And now on the other sets, down in the middle, we've got Chef and Coelocanth both trying to find the edge guard, not going to do so, and Chef able to find the way back to stage. Coelocanth's going all the way out here for the edge guard Sonic. What do you think about that so far?
I mean, you have, when you're stock up, of course, that'll work too. That'll also happen. Just he saw up, like the way we have the quatrain lined up. He literally looked up and saw, oh wait, he scared him in SDing. Let me do that.
And speaking of, right now we've also got Obmcbob versus Nemesis down in the middle. Toon Link versus Lucina. That matchup can be very dynamic, right? Obmcbob has the tools to keep out. Lucina has a sword of his own, and Toon Link versus the other Links doesn't have quite as good combos off their zoning tools, minus bomb, but does make up for it with the best CQC combos of really any Link out there.
That's true, absolutely. And
we keep cutting these sets right as they end, man.
We keep cursing them.
True.
Just like, oh, they might be able to come back. No. Just next game, next game. Same thing with LUTE versus OmniElement.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can't even get there in time though. Let's jump right back over, check in on Ralphie and the guy who are well into game
on him
2 here. The guy trying to find that first stock once again, but not able to maintain the stage control. Ralphie definitely cleaning things up. You're seeing him just play a little bit safer and neutral, just really abusing the movement that Mythra has to its fullest. And so far, you just really see Ralphie, the guy not able to quite close out. But
that was a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, it's a mistake, yes, but Flame Breath
Caused
also
by
does,
intimidation.
Yeah, right. It's pressure. It's not a. It's a forced error that comes out. That being said, this could be another opportunity. Ralphie with the guy in the corner, but it's just terrifying because you're like, okay, if I hit them a couple more times, maybe they flying slam me, stock trade, and I may just. What do? I can't recover. So just kind of opting to back off. But when you give Bowser those opportunities and you're playing someone who's been playing as solid neutral as the guy has, I mean, you got to make plays like that.
Just get spiked down the hell. But there was a very, very, like, blink and you miss it moment. The guy was actually anticipating how... Oh, my God, that was actually about to be a second stock right there. He was anticipating Ralphie's landing in. He called it correctly, just got Flame Breath the opposite direction.
And we've got actually a very interesting stage pick on Chef's Coelocanth. If we can jump over there for a second and looking down there in the middle, they're over on FD, and I don't know how I feel about that. Because that's Chef's counter pick, the Captain Falcon taking Byleth to that stage, it seems very hard for a character who relies on their combo extensions to play Rushdown when there's no ways to mix up your approach against a character who can just outrange you.
Right. Not to say Falcon can't get it done, it's just a matter of, like you said, he's a character who really likes his biplats like Small Battlefield, where Ralphie's about to take this second or first.
Yeah,
I can't count.
Yeah, he's about to bring us to a game number 3, but this is Bowser. That SD could be costly, right? There's a super heavy with rage. That just means more damage until... So if the guy can get back to stage here, reset to neutral, you might be able to find an opening. That Nair would have been it, but not able to find its mark, Sonic. And my friend, this could get scary for Ralphie quick.
It's scary right now. Mythra's at kill percent.
Don't tell the viewers at home. They need to still think this character's top 5.
That should do it.
Okay, so just holding on, jumping back over to Chef's Coelocanth if we can.
I'm glad you know that that's their name, because I wasn't gonna take a shot and pronounce it wrong. I was just gonna say the Byleth player.
Coelocanth? No, it's not Coco. I can't read. Production, can we jump over to the Chef vs. Coelocanth set? Thank you. But right now, it's just once again, Chef kind of getting trapped at the edge here, and this is exactly what we were talking about earlier. It's just when Falcon has no way to mix up your recovery, it's really hard to get in against a character like Byleth, or mix up your landing. Sorry. That being said, if Coelocanth, we didn't really see the start of this game, was trapping Chef's landing on those platforms, I could understand why he thought to go here.
That's also very right. Oh no!
Oh, you let it be you.
Let her rip. Just shot right between the eyes. The set goes to Coelocanth.
No hesitation.
Yes, it does. As the Obmcbob Nemesis and OmniElement LUTE sets are wrapping up, let's jump back over to Ralphie versus the guy.
Our
because
first definitive Game 3 situation.
Yeah, not only the first definitive Game 3, they're just getting started, whereas the other two are kind of wrapping up to their close. So over here on Hollow Bastion, I like this counter pick from the guy, honestly, in a lot of ways. That being said, compared to a stage like, I mean, I assume Smashville and Town were banned because this is Bowser we're talking about, and those Flying Sun kills are super, super early.
I'm surprised he made it back.
But
wow.
The big town Blastzones with that center plat, it's great if Bowser went neutral the first time, and that's going to be a way to aid it. It felt like Ralphie had the guy on the back foot, but these overextensions have cost him time and time again in the set.
I'm so upset. I know Ralphie knows better than this. What is happening?
Well, it's those Xeno cold hands. That's what you're gonna hear if he loses. That's gonna be what's on Twitter.
It's so cold in here.
Thankfully, I have gloves for that. Very, very special gloves that are heat insulated.
I am jealous. You're making out like Kadoran right now. That's all I'm saying. But right now, the guy having the opportunity to find that juggle with the platform, but not taking advantage, going to use that Flying Fortress on the ground to get out of dodge real quick, keep this pressure going on, but the overcommitment from that Flame Breath is going to be a little too much for the guy to handle. Ralphie able to reset the situation, and while he's kind of had SDs from overextensions every single game this set, he's in game number 2 and so far in game number 3, he's been able to play well enough off his neutral wins, off his resets in advantage to kind of make up for that.
Absolutely. That could have been so bad if that hit the way it did. I'm not sure why the guy opted to double back into the swirling fire blade of death, but maybe he knows something I don't.
That was terrifying. I mean, there is
Bet it all.
Yeah, I mean, right, you bet it all on black, it turns out red. That's why you got the myth on screen. Both these characters pretty much at kill percent right now, which is a crazy thing to say, but that's what happens when you just deal this much damage off one single bead. Somehow Bowser surviving. That's going to be those big Blastzones on Hollow Bastion coming in, right? They're the same size as Final Destination, so you got to live a little bit longer, and that's going to give Ralphie, the guy, the opportunity to live for an extra second, but it's not going to matter too much. Ralphie able to clean it up, take the stock, bring us to one last stock situation.
Yeah, the guy looked like he kind of fell asleep at the wheel there, just letting that bear hit the way it did, but that saved him? I think, yeah, it did.
See, so just
however, yeah, I was about to say, now it's side B time.
Yeah, and I was going to say, looking down, not jumping over there, but just to draw our attention to it for when we do. I was talking to Steelix before bracket. He mentioned he's going all secondaries today.
Oh,
but I didn't think all secondaries meant Dr. Mario?
Dr. Mario, who is very popular in Japan as of recent.
The doctor, I mean, Sumasudo is getting 3rd place at your majors, right?
Then you know someone somewhere messed up. How did you let this, what is he, ranked like bottom 6 character?
Like bottom 4, bottom 3. Oh no, the Flame Breath, just using that little bit of a win box on the multi-hit to gimp your momentum a little bit, but the center platform at the end of the day coming back to bite the guy, and that's gonna be a wrap on the set. Let's jump over to Steelix LMAC and take a look at this Dr. Mario Yoshi in a little bit more detail, Sonic.
All things considered, like, that was a hot set. That really could have gone either way, especially at the last talk situation, but yes, we have Steelix's patented Dr. Mario versus LMAC and Yoshi, who, depending on who you ask, is like we have an official quote-unquote tier list out now, but some people value Yoshi like top 10 these days, which I'm not fully in agreement with, but I can see why someone would think that. High survivability being one of them, like, took him to 199 and actually died.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was actually kind of a clash of intangibility. The LMAC tried to abuse the double jump armor to find a way back to the ground, but Steelix just held the up smash, and then when LMAC tried to push a button, he released that head invulnerability on those Mario characters' up smashes, coming in clutch for him there and allowed him to take a stock. Unfortunately, LMAC SDing right after, so basically Steelix 2 for the price of 1 special. You're not even going to find that at McDonald's these days, so Sonic, I mean...
That makes me so sad, because, like, oh, goodness gracious. That's just a defibrillator right in the back. I could use that. My back's been killing me as of recently.
Man, the one time I don't bring... I'm in this... So I'm a senior in college, and I'm in this class called Voice and Text, which is a voice acting and broadcasting class, which is a great thing to take if you're a caster. But one of the things we do is we do a lot of warm-ups, a lot of exercises, and that involves things like yoga and therapy balls and things like that, like massage therapy balls, which sound ridiculous until you actually, like, do it and then try, like, working with your voice, and you're like, oh, this actually helped. The one time I don't bring them with me to an event. The one time I could have had a solution for you.
But I appreciate the thought. I've taken yoga, and have you ever tried the jackknife?
No.
It is pain.
I imagine I can't do yoga anymore because I don't have functioning shoulders, but you know who does? Dr. Mario. That's why he can slam you into the ground just like that. Finding these down throws, Steelix is already racking up a good amount of percent, but getting caught on the platform, not where you want to be with Yoshi below you, setting up for a fantastic juggle, and that little overextension allowing LMAC to just get right back into this game.
And opting to take us to Hollow Bastion, probably for the same reasons that the guy took Ralphie, just, you know, wider stage to move around in.
Yeah.
Much more survivability as well.
I also think that this center plat is amazing for Yoshi, right? This character, where you see a lot of Yoshis, right, find these horizontal tech chases, but this character has one of the best juggle games in Ultimate, right? Your airspeed is so good, as well as that up tilt and up air, and you can just catch them on this platform over and over again. Never let them get back to stage. LMAC trying to find it, going to get the edge guard with that forward air. Unfortunately, Doc with no resources is pretty much a sitting Doc off stage. Pun
sitting Doc?
Yeah, pun very much intended. But
well
for
played.
now, the juggle is going to come in. Steelix is just finding this pressure, and LMAC's maybe showing a little too much respect.
That kill sparks. Okay, Your jump armor's gone. Made it back. I don't know if LMAC knew, but for characters who can crawl, this is a very niche thing, and coming from me, I play Sonic, he doesn't crawl, but I play other characters who can. If you crawl when someone's like trying to recover above ledge from an up B, you can push them off and they'll fall straight down. It's a very niche thing. That could have stolen a stock at like sub 15. Unfortunately, not going to come into play here, but Yoshi is no stranger to edge guarding, as we saw earlier. So all it takes is one precarious offstage situation, and
that was a beautiful use of Pill by Steelix, right? Pill, one of the best projectiles in the game, and people don't talk about it because it's on a bottom tier. Here, it combos into itself, it combos into the rest of his kit. It's just free stage control, and like the amount of extra hits that this puts you into, even compared to something like Mario's Fireball, which is maybe the most directly analogous,
that's
is
your
just
jump.
Absurd. Okay. Steelix trying to find the edge guard, jab one mix up, but going to just find the tornado, seal this one out with a clean 2-0, and Sonic, where should we head next?
It's just like people say. Dr. Mario might be slow and has no mobility, but it's still Mario normals on a character.
Oh, and they have inverted
with a better
knockback.
projectile, with a super
you are
strong.
Still dealing with a character with Mario normals. And that's pretty good.
Hot take: Doc Snare is better than Mario Snare. Anyways,
what are we looking
that
at?
move kills. Anyways, where are we going, Sonic, for this next match?
We have our fine choice of all DLC. We have Byleth in Aegis and Byleth in Sephiroth. I have not seen Sephiroth, I'll tell you. Let's zoom into Justinjpeg and Coelocanth in the right below us.
Sure.
Let's get
and
down
while I'm
there.
doing that, I would like to point out.
I
would like to point out the name on display in the bottom left.
Dill versus Dex.
Someone who has not played in quite a while.
Dill?
Dill. Oh, we have no sound.
Oh, we have no sound?
There we go.
Hey, there we go. We are back.
We're alive!
Dill hasn't been playing for a while. She's been on a bit of an extended break.
Dill was almost played in GamerCon and then saw Polka in her bracket once again.
It's like, nope!
No, Dill just likes to do it so she can see the letters DQ next to her name. She told me herself.
No,
I believe it.
John, for reference, John Numbers here on production today. Shout out to Numbers.
Hi guys, I'm freaking out over here.
But Numbers and I know that Dill actually, that's not why Dill DQ'd, but Dill likes to joke that she DQs when she sees snakes in her bracket path. So
it's exactly the reason.
So,
like, get me out of here.
Yeah, you got to build the storyline for the people. And speaking of getting me out of here, we're going to get right out of this set over to Mailman versus OmniElement, which is just about to wrap its first game. Mailman did have that pressure at the corner, but wasn't able to maintain it. Omni just backing off, but still trying to find a way. Beautiful arrow to kind of keep that corner pressure just long enough to allow Mailman to make up for Byleth's not so fast movement speed and get over there, close that distance, and keep this pressure situation going.
Is it me, or does all of NYU either main or have a pocket Byleth? This is the third different name I've seen with NYU playing this character.
Listen, I know he goes to GW, but so honestly, when is Justin Byleth transferring to NYU? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question. Just Justin Byleth.
Yeah, Leo at home for real. As this game ends, it's no Mailman taking the first one over OmniElement. We've got Dill versus Wex starting up in that bottom left. We can jump on over there to PS2 where we've got Rob and Yoshi. Sonic, what do you think of this matchup?
I've seen this, I've seen both characters play a lot, especially in New York. Weren't there like 4 Yoshis at Waypoint yesterday? We
have a lot of Yoshis in New York. We used to not.
Yoshi's in Tri-State, dude.
We used to have a lot, then we had no Yoshis, and now we have a lot of Yoshis again, and it's just like...
I mean, we have the Yoshi's Island Regional in Staten Island for a reason.
I know, but what is causing the fluctuations? Because at some point they just all disappeared, and now they're all back with a vengeance.
But to answer your question, Ritual, Yoshi versus Rob, I want to say it's even. I don't play either of these characters well enough to know definitively who has the upper edge on who, but both these characters can cheese a lot earlier than you might expect.
In my head, I feel like it's even or slightly Rob advantage just because Rob does have really good landing tools, especially with that Nair, which is disjointed and can contest Yoshi's juggle capabilities, but Yoshi, very good combo tools, very good ability to just keep things going as well. Rob just kind of having slightly better zoning tools, however that double jump armor can come in clutch. Dill, though, finding the way back down with that aforementioned Nair and keeping this pressure going. Wex, though, doing a beautiful job finding a route back and is actually going to take the first stock.
Did you have words of wisdom, Jonathan numeral integers, Esquire?
I was just going to say, Rob is the better character here, obviously.
Yeah.
But Yoshi is equipped with a lot of tools to just annoy Rob. Specifically, just double jump to jump out of juggles. It's just like, oh, you want to chase me with up air? Nah.
Good luck.
Also, number
Why?
can the folks at home hear you, or is this just a
They
production?
can hear me.
Okay, cool.
If
Yes,
it's-
we're talking to the imaginary Wii Fit main in our heads.
The rule of thumb is if it's me talking, I'm live. I like to make myself live.
Hell yeah. Shout out to our aforementioned honorary third caster here in the Blastzone, John Numbers himself, the terror of New York City.
I've been fighting this man for 5 years.
I'm
more
very cold
than that at
today.
this point.
I'm not much of a terror cold.
Uh-huh. He says farming locals every week.
Wasn't cold yesterday.
Finding the grab, the down throw, Dill getting another pressure situation, and into the back air read, calling out that egg. That was just beautiful. Well, you saw it.
Little shades of Zomba
Yeah,
there.
she delayed it just enough that Wex thought they were safe to recover. And then with that delayed startup as well, it gave enough. It just really mixed up Wex. So Dill getting on the board, but a little bit of a ways to go to bring this game back. That being said, this is Rob. All it takes is 1 or 2 hits to really rack on that extra percent. Laser there doing 25. So keeping it close, but
Good chase.
Yoshi can get all the way up there, especially with those platforms, Sonic.
Trying to float away, are you? Nope.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much fuel you have left in the tank when you can just flutter jump in response. Speaking of the flutter jump, coming out there to full effect, racking on the damage, and this one's starting to get away from Dill right now, Sonic.
That was almost the dirtiest read I've seen today. Double jump armor is so privileged. I'm tired of pretending it's not.
I mean, yeah.
Any other character would have at least had to tech. Yoshi just says,
Hold on.
oh, that was a mild
Well,
inconvenience.
no, there's one other character who doesn't have to tech.
Steve, who I saw one of today, and they might be a terror.
I was gonna say, is he still legal at Xeno?
I want to say yes. I have not heard.
He is.
I have
Cool.
not.
The
I have
tech is
not
legal.
I have not heard to the contrary, nor have I seen a tech back throw. It's not
Still,
going to do it
just
because
up.
it's Yoshi.
Why didn't she press up?
Yoshi's heavy. I mean, I'm with you, but
Okay.
Dill! Be gone!
okay. Dill just deciding that she really wanted to use
I feel like
that
flirting
back
with death today.
I understand the kill screen for back throw is funny, but come on, Dill.
Yeah, but sometimes you just gotta yeet. You just gotta yeet him. And that's what Dill did. Steelix versus Justinjpeg, and
I'm sorry,
Steelix
Steelix has a Robin?
when Steelix said secondaries, I didn't realize that. I wonder, is Steelix just pressing the random button and then just sticking with whatever character he gets for the rest of the set? Because that's what it feels like right now.
He has a lead.
He does have a lead, but it's not a huge one. And several of the very capable in this matchup. That being said, how many Robins, unless you're going up to the mid-Hudson Valley regularly, how many Robins are you fighting in Tri-State?
Make is a very consistent presence. So we're lucky for that, but in general, yes, you're right.
Yeah, I was
Where
gonna say,
are the Robins?
You've got Make, and then you've got up in mid-Hudson, you've got Nigia, you've got Influnt. I'm forgetting the third one. I'm sorry. This is my college region. I should know this. But you've got a lot of Robins up there. But other than that, there's just not a ton of them on the
Shout
in
out
the
to
Northeast
Angel as well.
in general. Absolutely.
Who's been farming Wi-Fi tournaments.
And if Steelix can take this game, maybe we should just add Steelix to their ranks.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Shout out to Steelix as well if you're looking for Robin practice.
You spoke it into existence. Just like, oh, wait, I have a lead. Let it rip.
And speaking it into existence, Dill may be trying to find the first stock here with this edge guard situation, but Wex somehow managing to route their way back to stage. That being said, Dill with that down tilt tech chase, finding the down smash, gonna close it out anyways. And at sub 100, this is a potential for some real extra credit here to open this game up, kind of redeem herself for the sins of game one.
This is a much healthier lead to... Hold on. You know, I'm not going to finish that sentence because I know the second I do, that Stuck's going bye-bye.
I was going to say, you're on the mic with a caster named Ritual. I am literally Ritual casting. If you caster curse someone, it only gets worse because I'm here. So, you know,
wow.
You're going to do it, but Dill somehow
That's
managing
the
to
first
survive
time
with the missed tech. It was a ping pong down there, bouncing off the walls like nobody's business.
That's the first time I've ever seen someone survive a mistech from down there. PS2, the underside is very notorious.
I mean, Rob's a big boy.
You're not wrong.
That's all I'm saying. Beautiful egg there from Wex. Just a little bit of a mix-up and the catch on the platform. Dill trying to call out a jump, but Wex's discipline coming in clutch, going to allow the opportunity to at least get another shot to find some percent, close this gap a little bit on the stock. But at 113, you've got a lot of work to do. Yoshi, though, very capable of doing it, and Wex already backing up a quick 50.
Did you see how down air did so much shield damage?
Yeah.
It poked on the final hit.
You know how much damage that does if it connects all its hits?
I know, it's
35.
like 40 plus.
It's 35. It's
30?
35. Yeah. And speaking of, though, that doesn't matter how much damage it is because that rotor arm up air mix-up from Rob, you cannot DI it consistently because they will just keep crossing you sideways. Dill managing to find the stock with that one and having a potential again to maintain this lead, but she still needs to find extra credit at 109. This is still a very scary situation. This is Yoshi we're talking about. This character can kill you 7 ways to Sunday.
And then, you know, say Wex gets its next stock right this second. Okay, I thought it was going to happen. But say he does, right? That's Yoshi with some rage on him. And Yoshi has very, very, very privileged aerials. Top 5 aerials in the game, even.
Great mash out from Wex, though, but it's not going to be enough delaying the jump. And Dill reading that because as heavy as Yoshi is, and as good as his airspeed is, he's also floaty. So if he just kind of waits there, he just hangs in that position, you can just drop zone rotor arm him. We saw it, and Dill forcing a game number 3. Unfortunately, every single game we're seeing right now has just about wrapped up, reached its conclusion. So, Sonic, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine. I'm just flabbergasted that, you know, Yoshi has top 5 aerials. Rob has a top 2 down tilt. And I don't know why the move exists the way it does.
Hey, they nerfed jab, so it doesn't just loop you across the stage anymore.
Oh yeah, jab.
Well, to be fair, launch, do you remember launch, Rob? Jab into down tilt, jab into down tilt,
I don't remember launch Rob because I was too busy being terrified by launch Pichu and Palutena.
See, I was a Little Mac player at launch, and I had to play. My brother was a Pichu main. That's how I learned this game. Was just losing for 6 hours on end, and I used to say,
"You are a brave soul."
Because I'm a sibling. I'm competitive. I used to say I'm not going to get off until I take a game, and it would take 6 hours. But speaking of games, HelpR and Mailman both trying to take a game here in winner semis to make it over to that top 24 on winner's side. Both at 3 stocks right now. HelpR with a little bit of a percent lead, gonna rack it up. And what do you think of this battlefield pick to start? I know Sora really likes this stage because you get the ladder extensions, but Byleth does too, giving you those options to catch those landings, and he's on plat with those huge aerials. So what do you think about this in this matchup?
I want to say it favors Sora a little bit more because, unlike Byleth, for all of his strengths, he does have Fail Not, like the arrow to shoot for, you know, like mid-range / long-range stage control, but Sora can just camp on the platforms, and if he so chooses, can just camp off and away from the stage entirely. What's Byleth going to do?
Absolutely. And I was going to say, we've got a great set of sets here as HelpR finds the first stock. Almost not quite. I love the attempt to go off, but Byleth,
I think
with the best tether in the game, it's just so hard to get her away from you. That being said, Sora is going to spin to win, yeet you off the back Blastzone, and that's
Mailman living up to that Snailman tag in the...
I just want to jump over. Can we jump over to Fawn versus Ralphie right now?
I was about to speak up because there are requests to see that set specifically.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to jump over to Fawn versus Ralphie because this is
my
boy. This is my baby boy. This is Snake.
It's Ralphie. He's back.
Let's
go. Whoa.
Actually, I do not remember the last time Ralphie and Fawn have fought, if ever.
They've got to have been, right? They've both been around the New York scene
for
long enough, at a high enough
level. I just don't...
Interesting.
I just don't see them against each other very often, if at all.
Absolutely. That was a really interesting down air from Fawn because Nair is a confirm there, but opting to try and find that little bit extra damage and maybe an opportunity to find an up air juggle afterwards by going for the down air, but not going to find its mark, so just resetting, playing very defensive. I love the use of these down tilts to low profile under these side specials from Pyra. That being said, going low can be risky, but you do have that mix-up to air dodge, turn that Cypher into a projectile, and mix your way back to stage.
How do you feel about this matchup overall? This is kind of your area of expertise.
I honestly think this is even. This is not a losing matchup for Snake.
I would not take that away from you. Because Snake has some stuff.
I was going to say, you put them off stage, they lose, you can play this matchup very defensive, because if you shield drop or hold shield grenade here and they hit your shield, it detonates grenade, and Aegis' sword isn't actually big enough where they can outspace it, so they'll get caught by the explosion. You can find a back air off of it and just slowly whittle stage control. Fawn, though, opting to play very scrappy here. You see her do the same thing with Duck Hunt, but in this matchup, it's just so incredibly hard to scrap with Mithra especially. You do have opportunities, but you don't quite have the range. I'd like to see her mix in some more down tilts especially, maybe a couple more dash attacks if you're going to try to catch the landing. One of the things you want to do is you really want to bait Aegis to jump and then catch their landings if you're going to CQC with dash attack with those things, or kind of lane them out with grenade, with C4, stick it on platform to control that space, and then use your Nikita in neutral to kind of just cover that short hop space, really limit their ways in entirely.
Nikita in neutral is not something you see very often. I'm glad you mentioned that.
It's not. It's something you're starting to see a little bit more from players like Kronos, and you'll see it a lot more once MVD, the gentleman who's Kronos' coach, and myself actually finished writing our Nikita document, and actually put that out to the community.
Now, I don't know the exact percent, but was that not down throw up tilt guaranteed a second ago?
This is very down throw up tilt percent.
160.
It's 150.
Oh, 160. Okay.
It's not actually. It's 159.2.
Okay.
But yeah,
those decimals matter.
Yeah, it does actually. Because you do find things a couple interactions earlier sometimes. That being said, it's going to be Ralphie taking that one pretty solidly. And
Justinjpeg over Steelix.
Yep, and Justinjpeg taking over Steelix as well. That Robin got some legs for a moment, but coming up just a little bit short against that 8-foot Masamune.
Yeah. It's how many characters do you see with a sword as long as they are tall? I can count 2.
Who's the other one?
Claude's is almost there.
What?
From Blaze Blue.
Yeah, what's the samurai from Guilty Gear, dude? The vampire one?
Isn't that a sword? Actually,
that's
it might
a big
be.
Sword.
It might be. So if that's true, then 3.
Yeah, that one as well. Fawn, though, opting for the tried and true Duck Hunt here.
That is the second time where, like, just Aegis sword, either Mytho or Pyra, has hit so far out that it just extends into. The first time it was down air into Cypher. Now it's, you know, phaser into Can.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love this character switch from Fawn, because while a lot of people refer to Duck Hunt as Diet Snake, Fawn's playstyle being a little bit more aggressive, she's a lot more comfortable with this character, right? She's a lot more practiced with this character. And so going down a game, sometimes it's not about where the character's on the tier list or how well they do on the matchup on paper. It's how well can you execute it. And right now, Fawn is not feeling as comfortable in her Aegis game plan as Snake. So swapping over to the Duck Hunt where she knows the matchup, and you're seeing the difference already.
And, you know, you have to also wonder, how much does Ralphie know about Duck Hunt entirely? Like,
I mean, you're from the city. You gotta know something.
You think that, but that doesn't mean Fawn will always play the character. Fawn has a big assorted grab bag of who's who of mid to low to top tier characters.
I was gonna say Rob, Diddy, Ace, Snake, Yoshi, Bayonetta. Just only 2 stocks left, though.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something I learned last week the hard way. Did you know Duck Hunt's Nair is active for 50 frames?
Yeah, I did actually.
That's absurd.
Because I played this character in Smash 4. And when I showed Fawn a bit about Snake, Fawn showed me a bit about Duck Hunt, so I've learned some things. This character, kind of silly sometimes. Honestly, this character, I think, pretty underrated in this game. This character is certainly not a top tier, but does have a lot better tools than people give them credit for.
Oh,
not
absolutely.
The bottom tier you think they might be. Such as that, you find that sweet spot
was that
on the forward air. It actually acts as a can twist, which it always sends can back towards Duck Hunt, which is why you're seeing her able to hit it out there and then have it come back towards her. Or if you miss that sweet spot or hit a lot of other Duck Hunt moves, not all of them, like we just saw with that one, right, it'll still continue to go away from her. So you're able to just, even throw out different hitboxes of the same moves on can, mix up which way it goes, and it can be very hard to react to.
And Fawn on point with these grab can conversions. Just, that just show. Oh no.
Yeah, I was gonna say the amount of time that Fawn spends in the lab with this character practicing and just the timing on can ping to get that projectile exactly where she wants it is insane. She is so good at never misspacing them. And there, I love the attempt with the can, trying to cover your own disadvantage. But
Pyra's just way too big.
Pyra's tooltip is literally her sword is big.
Her sword is big and her body is small. Good luck.
Yeah,
Well,
and
most of it.
okay, numbers. Anyways, getting into it. I love that shield can there, just trying to find some safe pressure, opting to reverse the situation, but that Nair is so active, the multi-hit not allowing you to kind of find a way to detonate can in the situation. Fawn going to look for a can conversion, but just barely missing it. Great DI from Ralphie, but going a little low, Sonic, and oh no.
He had the right idea, he just fast fell a little too far. Just barely missed it, but going into game 3, he probably won't make that.
I was gonna say, they say drop it like it's hot, but not like it's literally on fire.
I mean, the way Fawn plays, the entire floor might as well be lava because you have gunmen lighting you up, you have cans on the ground, frisbees going at you.
I was gonna say, and that's one of Duckman's best strengths is the ability to control multiple lanes at once in that zoning game, right? As you mentioned, you have gunmen or that can control low while can controls high. You can have can control low while you can control high. You can have clay pigeon.
And the most important part about that, because like characters like me, Gunner, can do sort of the same thing, but Duck Hunt is almost always able to act while his tools are out and about, just wreaking havoc.
The fact that in Ultimate compared to Smash 4, you can ping can while you're in another action is so incredibly strong for this character.
I was about to say, that forward smash was dangerously close to just stealing that first off.
So
also, we're at town.
Fawn there was looking, that last hit of F smash actually angled up. It's RNG whether the last hit of F smash is angled up or down, but if it angles down, it 2 frames and hits ledge, and it's one of the best options for it in the entire game, but it's completely RNG.
That's hilarious.
So that's what Fawn was looking for, but unfortunately, they couldn't give this character anything consistent, so...
Except for that. Frame 1, you hit me, I blow us both up options.
Or frame 1, I throw out a clay pigeon option. You've got options on your frame 1 options, but even then,
really does have two frame 1 combo breaks.
But we saw you get hit by frame 1 can at 160 with 82% rage and not die. So at almost 200, Mithra, who's not a heavy character, still living, able to steal that stock away, and this is where you kind of see Duck Hunt sometimes start to struggle. Is this character has back air, has up air if you DI it, if you don't SDI it properly, that can kill, but it can be hard to find those setups, and outside of them, this character can really struggle sometimes to close that stock out.
Well, that's unfortunately one thing about clay pigeon that's ill-advised. Just if it gets shielded, sometimes you're just in trouble because there is so much end lag on that move. Like an obscene amount of end lag.
Absolutely. Right now, just the pressure on these down airs coming out. And unfortunately, that can just going to hit Fawn, deal her some extra chip damage, force her to kind of reset to the other platform. She does manage to find a way back to stage for the moment, but Ralphie's done a great job locking it down. And this game 3, right, is Ralphie's counter pick advantage. So Fawn needs to find the break here to make it happen. He's just missing the can confirm, but able to find the up air. It's not going to close out the stock, but gonna give Fawn still an advantage state. However, again missing the can confirm. And she's going for some very difficult ones. Yes, it did.
Ew.
Yep, there's literally, that move is absurd. Fawn, though, finding the F smash read, so gonna keep it even. One more stock, Sonic. Who's gonna move on to top 24? Who's gonna get sent down to losers?
I want 1s in the chat if you're voting for Fawn, 2s for Ralphie. What do you got, people? Who's your favorite to win tonight?
You know, that's a real question, and I think like this is so rough because both these players could go so far in this bracket, but going down to losers before top 24 is just makes your path that much more difficult.
I think they both, if I'm not mistaken anyway, I think they both are guaranteed 24 at this point. It's just who's in winners, who's in losers.
Yes, but going down to losers, I think, is
of course.
Right, makes that path more difficult, forces that bracket stamina out, gives you that one less life to work with. And so both players definitely want this set bad because this is also a very difficult pools qualifier for them. This is definitely a matchup check, a skill check against 2 of the best players in the city. And Fawn gonna find the juggle. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me, Sonic?
My word. The set goes to Fawn.
She went up
that
there.
Must have been the very, very last active frame of up air. My lord.
She got the second one, which was crazy. She found the first one.
I've seen her go for that before. That's a thing, absolutely. I just did not think it would hit the way Ralphie was like veering down,
And,
but
when it's rising, it slightly stalls you in the air as well. So keeping you up there a little bit longer, and since Aegis is a fast faller, there's just nowhere for them to go.
Well, Mithra is at least. Pyra is kind of like average.
I mean, even still, Pyra can't go anywhere anyway.
Oh, yeah,
so
of course.
Nowhere for them to go, except over to this Kai Sentat fan versus LMAC set over in losers. We've got Sora versus Yoshi here, and this one matchup kind of awkward. A lot of air mobility to go around.
Yeah, that's... what do you do when you have the highest airspeed versus the character who just is always in the air with better buttons than you in the air on average?
You ground pound them.
That's true. That is a very underrated move, actually.
Yeah, Kapring Hut for real. You know, a shout out to Yoshi's Island, one of my favorite games.
Hey, yo, sit on
up, then trying to find the pressure. Kai Sentat going to do so for just a moment, even up the stocks.
The fact that Sora's aerial sweep can, like, from the start position, can scoop you up from behind is so absurd. Why can you do that?
Man, we've got double Yoshi on the screen right now. I'm vibing. This character is so cool.
It's a double Yoshi explosion.
We were just saying this. They're everywhere. They come out in herds like the Melee intro.
Yeah, and unfortunately, LMAC, they're getting caught dropping the shield, but somehow going to find a way back. Going to get that F smash, but not able to continue the juggle situation. Karzan's done a great job landing and resetting to neutral, but as I say that, LMAC finds the catch with that big giant head of his and going to take the stock lead, at least for the moment.
I don't know if... oh my god. Whew. I was like, first, don't get pineappled again by PS2. I hate when that happens to anyone. But I was going to say, I don't know if Kai Senat fan was just out of the jump there, but that was definitely something he could have acted out of to prevent that stock loss. And wait. Okay,
yeah, he didn't have a jump there, so because he tried to use the double jump armor. So unfortunately, there's just no real way for Yoshi to get back there. You do have the egg into your very good drift air dodge, but still just not enough. So instead, LMAC opting to just say, okay, let me head down to the Blastzone, reset, get back, and just try and get back down the stage before you can get the optimal stage positioning.
Good on Kai Senat for not going low, because LMAC was definitely fit.
Oh, you kidding me?
All right,
you said good thing for not going low, and immediately Kai Senat's like, oh, you're lauding me for getting up there? I'm going to get up there, and LMAC making him pay. Hey, I loved it. Full drift in, and you saw the double jump come out from Sora and immediately start to drift, to hold that drift back with that forward air. Just your mix-up with Yoshi's insane air acceleration. No other character's able to do that.
The thing is, because we know this by now, Yoshi's want one thing, and it's disgusting. It's, you know, double jump around and spam my best aerial in any situation. If Kai Senat was cognizant enough, he could have thrown out a counter and just stole the set right there. Because Sora's counter is disgustingly strong.
Oh my god, don't, dude. That counter, don't, that move literally...
It's very good.
I think the best thing about that move is just how much it says. It says, oh, you guys wanted Sora? You guys wanted Banjo? Haha, let's make these characters, literally, let's make Sora dunk on Banjo real quick, because they literally marketed that whole character as, hey guys, you can't counter Wonder Wing. And then they put Sora
You
in.
fool!
And yeah. But in game 2 here, no real changes on stage, on character, just trying to find the Kapring Hut. Once again, that ground pound going to take the first stock. So almost an identical situation to the start of game 1 for LMAC. He's had a very disparate amount of those down specials he's thrown in there with that ground pound, but when he has, he's managed to find them consistently.
I like the weight on mashing out a freeze, because you know Soras are definitely fishing for either up smash or aerial sweep to catch you when you break out. So it's always a... Oh my, I'm surprised I didn't kill.
Yeah, Yoshi's heavy. People forget that this character is not light because of just how floaty he is.
Oh, I know that. Believe me, I fought my fair share of Yoshis enough to know that this character is not light in the slightest. I'm just so, because aerial sweep is just so very strong, but there was also no rage on that. So.
I mean, when you've got shoes like that, man, like you gotta have lead in them or something.
Okay. Good again. Good for not drifting down. That was a mistake, and we go unpunished.
Absolutely. That being said, that up air very much 599, finding the juggle for a moment, but LMAC still able to get out of dodge. I actually do like the roll there because You haven't seen Kai Sentat approach at all, really, this set in that situation. So you just try and opt for the roll in, say maybe I'll catch I'll mix you on a grabber or dash through. But I'm taking stage control, and it allows them to reset back to neutral. It allows LMAC to find this corner situation and maybe capitalize here, Sonic.
And now we're in a almost, yeah, just about a dead even situation. I'm calling it. The next person to take a stock will win the game.
I agree, and it certainly looks like it's going to be LMAC right now, finding all the grabs in the world, but the counter going to kill you coast to coast.
That went all the way across the stage.
Yeah, that
Good
did not.
heavens.
That being said, it did not look like optimal BI at all. So like,
Probably.
Let's acknowledge, right? Like, you're not expecting that counter to even potentially kill there, so you're just trying to focus on maybe hitting your move, drifting back, resetting the situation. And because of the angle that forward air changed at the end, I think that LMAC was trying to drift back a little bit, so it probably didn't catch the eye on out.
I feel like there was more that Kai Sentat could have done to pressure at ledge to make sure Yoshi's recovery isn't as safe as, you know, it is against a lot of other brawler-type characters. Oh, my lord.
I for a second, I thought that Kai Sentat was dead there. That being said, LMAC trying to find the pressure. The Thundaga is a great way for Kai Sentat to do so. LMAC needing to find the way out of the corner. This can be so scary, but seizing the stage control, you have to mix your mash, and doing so plus that double jump armor, allowing Yoshi to reset back to stage. Kind of scot-free here. So incredibly good in this matchup because, well, if Sora's juggling you vertically, you can double jump armor, and they can't really chase you with another hit unless it's that side B.
Right. Oh, God.
DI much?
No, he was not. He's definitely not ready for that backer to come out.
Not
but I was right. Kai Sentat did get the kill that game there.
Congratulations. Congratulations, my friend. And speaking of that game there, let's jump over to Dill versus Obmcbob over in winners semis here on Smashville. We've got Toon Link versus Rob, and this is really gonna mostly a matchup of how well can Toon Link kind of out-zone Rob, control the pace of the play, and control the rate at which Rob gets in. Because if Rob can kind of establish that, then it's miserable for Toon Link, right? This character can hit 37 days a week. However, if you can control it, if you can kind of catch their approaches, Rob's huge and he's heavy, which means that your combos work so well on him.
Now on paper, on paper, both these characters seem to have like a very similar game plan on the surface. Just throw things out there. Just hit the down B button and keep throwing things until one or the other gets hit. But they're doing it to achieve slightly different things. Toon Link almost certainly needs it to get in. Rob also can use gyro as a buffer to start his offense, but that's not always what Rob wants at any given time.
Also, that was a very schmixy combo from Obmcbob. Only got 35 off of it, but managed to find the stage positioning. Dill having to reset the corner. I love that boomerang into the fair. Again, just prioritizing the stage control here over maybe maximum damage in some of these situations. With gyro in hand, that could be an X factor, but Dill able to kind of keep you away from it until it goes away, able to get that projectile back in the tank. And honestly, I think that's also something to watch in this match is how well can Obmcbob control this gyro, take away that zoning tool from big boy Rob himself.
That's a very good point to make. And hold on.
Beautiful route.
I'm surprised that went unpunished. Because all the Links have very subpar to middling recoveries, and Toon Link,
Toon Link with the best one, though, unless you want to count Remote Bomb as being better, but I think the pure distance of Hero Spin, plus the fact it doesn't deactivate on shield as another shield option, plus the fact you still have normal bomb recovery, does still make, I think, Toon Link's a little bit better, and you have the tether.
Also Zaire.
Yeah, I was going to say, you also do that tether. Super strong, just like that fair, especially on the short town and city side blast zones. Gonna very much close it out, and in a last stock situation, both these players scrapping, trying to find the opening. I love that positioning from Dill right at the edge of the platform, because if you lose, you're not really in a position where Obmc can find the extension on the platform, but if you win, we saw, right, you get the down throw, it lands on the edge of the plat, and you're right in a position to maybe find that extension off the side platform.
All that said, it's still a very even game, and we're also on town and city. So ledge conversions are very, very popular with both these characters. So what you, above all else, what you don't want to do is wind up cornering yourself by trying to I'm gonna run back, get my item, and then throw it. If one or the other player reads that and catches you before you're ready to, you know, respond, that could be the game.
And speaking of the game, it's as it wraps up to its conclusion here, Sonic. Dill trying to find a way back down, utilizing that burner boost to its fullest. Obmcbob putting it all on black. Unfortunately, it comes up red, and that back air gonna burn you all the way into the Blastzone.
I like the attempt. I do like the attempt.
It's just
but,
so hard to cover because that's Rob actively an up B. You know they can mix you up with burner boost.
Yeah,
and speaking of games going on, we have got Kai Senta and LMAC in game three reaching its conclusion.
This can go. Boy, this is perilous for more so for LMAC, but you know, Sora commits to the wrong thing. He's taking a lot. Oh, here we go.
Speaking of, that's a second mistake, but missing the jab block. That would have been it at the ledge with that rage, but not managing to find it. Looking for that pressure off the forward air, that trying to find the grab, but missing that B reverse that looked like a misinput. So,
I want to say F tilt would have just done it right then and there.
Yeah, but both players kind of getting a little bit anxious here in these closing moments. Definitely nervous, wanting to not go out of bracket.
I mean, at least he went for a kill move because like that, a lot of people are just content to start grabbing.
I love that coverage. I love that high egg into the drop-off fair. It doesn't find its mark, but there's not much Sora can kind of do to reset there safely and then contest you. So you still get back, going high, opting for the empty land, and LMAC with that F smash.
That was very well played. Yeah. I love the. You can see the mindset going on right now.
Watch this for a moment, and here.
That big old head.
If we jump back, watch this for a moment here. Watch what happens. It's so smart.
Hit me with it.
All right. You go out for the fair, he can't cover, and because you auto-canceled that nair so close to ground, you end your landing lag way faster than Sora does, even on an empty land where you only have 4 frames of landing lag, which allows you to start that F smash, as well as that hurt box shift back on the charge release, means that even if Sora pushes a button, you're not going to get caught and you're able to whiff punish there. So it was just beautiful micro spacing as well as management of Yoshi's floatiness at the end of the day, and it just clean clutch from LMAC.
And I believe LMAC has one more to play before they make it out of pools, but could be their day. And I always say this. Let me just take the opportunity right now to plug. We don't have access to slides at the moment because technical difficulties. Don't worry about that. But in case you don't know who we are, this is House of 3000. If you want to keep the roof over this fine Kirby's head, and you're feeling a little more generous than the average viewer, please use your Amazon Prime. Drop this up. It goes a long way.
And you know what else you should do? You should tweet out #FreeHO3K on Twitter to help get the Twitter account back for this fantastic event series. As well, one other thing while we're plugging things in this downtime, I do also want to say, please go to @TheInitialTalk on Twitter. It's Kelvin in his Twitter account. He is the production manager for Collision, one of the hardest workers in the scene. His car just broke down, especially when you're in this business of doing production for events and you have to travel. You're not being able to afford to fix your car is a death sentence. He has a GoFundMe he tweeted out earlier today. We were going to have a slide, but as you mentioned, slides are down due to technical difficulties. So please go over to his Twitter, go check out that GoFundMe link, and either share or support as much as you can.
Like, I live with someone who also does very much like the work that House and Collision does. Like, take all the streaming equipment, like setups if need be, go back and forth, but for anime fighters. And was that a 2-frame? Did I see that right?
That looked like a 2-frame, yeah, with that forward air. Gonna find the spot. Just beautiful positioning from Wex here, which you have to have when your back is against the wall. Down 1-0 here, but up a stock, you still don't want to play it too safe, right? You don't want to breathe. You'd rather take that risk with that extra stock, when the worst case is you reset the situation, rather than play it too safe and give your opponent the extra opportunity to even it up when your back is this far against the wall and loses.
And like Wex had the right idea. He almost landed the double jump nair, baiting out the counter. That would have taken... We would have been at game 3 already if that worked.
And I love that early double jump as well. You're
trade.
expecting Lucina to go off and edge guard you because that's what she does. But even if she doesn't, you're close enough to the ground that you're still able to fast fall, get back down, and not really have to worry about that grounded option on reaction. So I like the high mix-up. Now Wex just kind of trying to swing for it all. 133, you might have it. Going to find the nair. Again, Town and City Blastzone's coming in clutch. As well as the fact that Lucina just didn't really have a jump anymore. And even if it didn't kill, it would have been really hard for her to get back there.
Like, Dolphin Slash as a recovery move is very, very good. Some would argue very, very privileged, in fact.
Yeah,
but
one of the most iconic moves in the Smash series for a reason. I would argue second or third, probably behind, like, you've got, like, Rest, Shine. Like, you got Shine, and then you probably got, like, Rest.
Right.
Or Pound because of the event series, but like Shine and then Rest and then like Dolphin Slash. Like Dolphin Slash has been absurd in every single Smash game.
So we just got the word from production that we have sets to play, so that's going to be it from me tonight. Are you coming back later?
I think so. We never got a formal casting schedule for the night.
Well, we will figure it out, but for now, I've been Sonicfiend at Sonicfiend FGC, and where can they find you, Ritual?
And I've been Ritual at Ritual SSB or at Cast on the Block. Check out the podcast I host with Syndicate Snivy, the Gerd NE, and the Waffleman SR. We put out a new episode every Saturday. We record Friday at noon. So catch us there, and maybe catch us on stream if we make it that far in bracket. Good luck tonight, my friend.
Likewise. Have a great night, everybody.
I won! not an option. Now the true battle begins.
battle. Sephiroth. Run! 3, 2, 1, go!
目障りだ。殺して。その痛みで私を思い出せ。
Start the battle! Run! Sephiroth!